Greetings, everyone. All right, Happy New Year, and welcome to my energy reading for January. So, I've decided to do my energy readings monthly now instead of doing them daily. I just thought daily was probably a bit too much, and the energies don't, a lot of the time anyway, not all the time, but a lot of the time they don't tend to change that much each day. So, I figured doing them monthly would be good enough. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name's David Scott. I'm a psychic medium, and I obviously do these YouTube energy readings. So, what I'm doing here is I'm collectively reading for the group, for those of you who are watching. I also do readings individually, and if you would like a reading, please feel free to message me on my Facebook page, or there is actually, you can send a message through on my website. So my website is newearthspiritual.com, and my Facebook page has the same name. And I'll provide links in the descriptions below. Also, if you like this video and you believe that it will help others, please feel free to like and subscribe. Helps that YouTube algorithm, get it to get this message to the people who need to hear it the most. And that's pretty much what I'm about, is just doing these readings to get that message out to people. All right, so now I know we're almost halfway through January, so I am a bit late. However, I feel like a lot of what we really need to know for January is still coming up. So we've, for a lot of us, we've had a bit of a restful period. The energies around have been a bit up and down. So I have mentioned in previous readings that they would be. And we are coming up to, I believe that there's a, what's the word for it? There is a major sort of energy event coming up later this month. So I am going to draw some cards out for this. But I have sort of tapped into the energies a fair bit, and I do remember at one stage, I think it might have been, just trying to think, could it have been September or even August? I don't know. I know it was last year sometime. I did actually pick up that there'd be some sort of major portal or major energy shift happening in January, and as it turns out, there is a planetary alignment coming up. So I do believe that's going to have some very significant energy effects for us. So for those of you who meditate, great time to start meditating. And what I'm also feeling as well is it's a great time to set those goals for yourself. Do the meditations to get yourself into the right vibration, which in turn will help with bringing your emotions into alignment, which helps you to project, what you want to experience into your life. Probably not my best wording, but I'm sure you get what I mean. All right, so, I've already had a card pop out already for January. So we'll see what comes out, but I feel like I need to draw out 3 cards. So we'll see what comes out. All right, so for those of you who, I do feel as though there's, see what I'm getting for this one. There's these moments of silence where I'm just tapping in to see what's coming up. Okay, so I was talking about goals earlier, but really what this planetary alignment is, the energy that's coming through is, more of a what I would describe as a galactic kind of energy. So for those of you who are more spiritually aware, especially for those of you who may actually tap into extraterrestrials, for lack of a better word. It's a little bit more in depth than that, because we could be talking about future incarnations as well. now's a good time to really start ramping up your meditations and starting to tap into those energies and getting ready for those downloads. I'm really feeling downloads is a major thing. So for those of us who do have some giftings in the spiritual realm, for those of us who read, for those of us who have higher intuitions, for those of us who maybe healers, for example, I really do feel as though there's newer energies coming in. So there's a clearing energy that's coming in, as well as new giftings that are coming in, or maybe more finely tuned gifts that are coming in. So if you're a healer, and you may be able to find yourself being able to tune in a little bit more in depth than what you normally would. So, but I do feel as though this is all, what's the word for it? Those of you who know me know that I tend to struggle with my words a little bit, but I'll still crank the videos out. It doesn't matter. All right. So as far as this energy coming through, and I do feel it's to do with the planetary alignment. So what I'm getting there is pretty much between the 20th of January through to the end of the month, or maybe into early February. These energies are coming through. These downloads are coming through. So now's the time to really tap into it. But it's not the end of it. So right through this year, we're still going to be picking up on those energies. But I guess if you look at it in the analogy of a surfer, for example, you're there, you're catching the right wave. Well, this is a good wave to catch. So get onto the meditations now. Really get into guided meditations are great. I do them most of the time. But if you can really start getting into the Zen meditations, which is the mindfulness stuff, the getting into being in the present moment as much as possible, I really feel like that's going to help you a lot. So I guess this reading is more geared towards those who are more spiritually aware. If not, then hey, you're supposed to be watching this, so there is a reason behind it. Maybe it's time to really start with being in the present moment, and you can start as simply as sitting down and just focusing on something in the present moment. It could be, you may even close your eyes and visualize a candle flame, or you may be outside and there may be a plant or something. You may want to focus on that. The key is not necessarily to think about nothing, but it's to make sure that you're thinking about something in the present moment, not something in the future and not something in the past, okay? Because when we start thinking about the past, we're getting into the emotions and the ego side of things, okay? Same with the future, where we're trying to sort out problems in the future, and again, that's to do with ego. And I'm talking about ego as far as personality, all right? Actually, I could probably do a whole video on that as well, and I probably will need to at some stage, because I feel like being in the present moment will help us to tap into these energies a lot more. And I really feel like that's important. It's also a necessary step if we're on an ascension journey. All right, so that would be for those. There's many different awakening experiences. For those of you who've watched my videos, I don't tend to go into it too much because I'm not really focused on that side of things anymore. But I did obviously make my twin flame, and that's over and done with. So, but part of that is we go on to an ascension journey. So we start building ourselves up to being in the present moment, and I guess being in Zen a lot more than normal. All right, so yeah, I'll draw out two more cards because one card already came out. So we'll see what else comes out here. All right. But yeah, I do feel as though the energies will be very much up and down. And I feel like they have been for the earlier part of January as well. Okay, so keeping yourself grounded is very important, especially at the moment. Okay, so, excuse me. And I haven't got a coffee here with me. That's unusual. All right. Yeah, keeping yourself grounded is very important, especially at the moment. And I feel as though it's mainly to do with the emotional side of things. I know, for example, this morning I woke up, wasn't really feeling 100% emotionally. So that tends to happen. It happens to all of us. But yeah, just got into the meditation and feeling completely fine now. All right, so the 3 cards that came out for me just then, and I'm just using the tarot cards and I read them intuitively, so I don't read them generally as per their assigned meaning. Well, I probably could, and yeah. But anyway, the the lights on there, but yeah, I've got the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the 2 of Swords has come out. I'm trying to angle it so the light doesn't catch it. Okay, and we've got the 4 of Cups that's come out as well. Okay. All right, so look, the first thing I'm picking up there as well is that that spiritual side of things, and specifically what I'm getting at when I'm looking at these cards is feminine energy. So, and when I'm feeling that sort of feminine energy kind of thing, to me that points towards the spiritual. Okay. All right. So what I am feeling with just looking at these 3 cards is I am picking up on that that up and down energy at the moment. It actually feels as though it's probably settled down a little bit, but hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up into the next couple of weeks could be a bit of a bumpy ride, so that's why I'm really suggesting get into that meditation. Get yourself grounded, get yourself into the present moment. It's really, really, really going to help you right now. Okay. What else am I feeling from that one? I'm just looking at the Queen of Cups card at the moment. Okay. So I feel as though specifically for those of you watching this, you've probably been through a fair amount last year. Just getting that specifically for those watching this. It might not apply to all of you, but I feel like it applies to most of you. So there's a fair amount that you've been through. Some stuff that you might be thinking, oh, why did I go through that? Why did it have to be me? I just feel as though there's, and you may not necessarily even understand it, coming into later on this month, but I do feel as though there's preparation in the background. There are angels, there are guides there behind you that have been there with you every step of the way, even if it seems like they haven't. They have. They've been there. You are guided. You are being looked after in spirit there. So, and this is all preparation. So, and there's still more stuff to come later this year. So it's not just January, but yeah, January is going to be a big one. So, all right. Oh no, that's interesting. Golden light. Okay. All right. So I recently had this pointed out to me by someone. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, I'm just feeling as though with that, just feel like if you're doing the meditations and you're more proficient at it and you're more into the protection side of things, bring in that golden light. That's what I'm feeling. Bring in that healing energy. All right. So, but yeah, definitely with the Queen of Cups there, I'm picking up that. I guess what's the best way to describe it? I am picking up those energies being very much up and down over the rest of this month, and possibly going into next month as well. All right. But it's there to prepare us. So there are times where even if we're grounded, we're tapping into spirit, we're being in the present moment, we're doing all the right things, we can be affected as well. So we may still very well have those moments where we might be feeling a bit down, or there's some days where we might just have this burst of energy where we can get everything done. All this is there to prepare us. So even though we're we're doing all the work, doing all the preparation work, the meditations and things like that. We're being prepared for this specific moment. Now, we're not all going to start glowing or anything, or start physically ascending or anything like that, but I do feel as though our gifts will be heightened, especially coming into sort of the later part of this month. All right, so yeah, moving on to the Two of Swords. Okay, now with the Two of Swords, okay, what am I picking up with that one? Ooh, I never really noticed this in the card before. When I'm looking at that card, you can see right down the bottom there's that moon. Okay. Again, that's more confirmation that I'm really picking up on that spiritual energy. Really picking up on the divine feminine there. Interesting. All right. So it's very, very clear. We need to be tapping into spirit. We need to be getting onto the meditations. We need to be, I don't know, if you're the kind of person who prays, do that. It's just as valid. It really is. Also feel I need to share about bringing in angels as well. So that's something I've been doing in the last couple of weeks, just to help out with various different things throughout my life. But angels are there to guide us, and they're there to guide us on a much higher frequency. They're not necessarily higher beings as such. But they are there to really assist us. So, all right, I really do feel as though, calling in angels will be is something that a lot of us will probably need to do. I'd like to get something a little bit more specific on that. So, all right. Let's see, what am I getting? I'm just going to hold on there for a moment and just see what I get. For those of us who are really, really serious about bringing in those energies, I am feeling that's why I'm getting the message about bringing in angels. Now, there's... I was watching a video the other day, and I may even link it on my channel. So it was actually a podcast with an Irish psychic. I know her first name's Ella, but I can never remember her surname. But I've been drawn to her readings a lot lately, and I'm really resonating with them. And she's talking about calling in what she's termed unemployed angels. So there's, and I've actually been getting signs of this myself, so I can really attest to this. There are angels, though, who are effectively unassigned, would be the best way. Unemployed, I don't like that word. Unassigned would probably be the right word. And they're just waiting for us to call them in and to assign them sometimes very specific roles. Could even be very, very mundane kind of roles. But I do feel as though there's angels there who are wanting to help us bring in these energies, fine-tune these energies, and really assist humanity, which is what all this is about. So, just trying to get the message out there. All right. Now, feeling as though there's a way of calling in the angels. It can be done just through prayer and just simply calling in an angel to help with a specific thing. So if you're a healer, you may say, I would like an angel to assist me with my healings, or I would like an angel to assist me with my readings, or I would like an angel to assist me with interpreting energies or helping me to channel these energies coming through now. I'm getting specifically to sit quietly until you can feel them. Some of you may see them. So some of you are more clairvoyant than what's the word for me? I don't know. I'm a little bit clairvoyant, but I feel things. I get that. I feel the buzz around me, so it's more of a kinesthetic feel. I think it's clairsentience. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the one that. Anyway, that's the one I normally go on. I normally feel and starting to see. Okay, But yeah, what I'm getting there is to use your clear senses. Whether you're more in tune to seeing, you may actually see them. If you're more in tune to feeling them, you'll feel them on one side or the other, or you'll feel them behind you. You will feel them. Okay, and then yeah, just call them in. I've even had one or two of the angels that I brought through actually give me names. So there's some that haven't given me names, and there's some where I've actually heard their names. So, but yeah, that tends to be very interesting. So yeah, call through your angels, especially with these energies coming up, getting ready for that planetary alignment. I do feel as though I need to explain that a bit too, from an energy point of view, because some people will be there going, well, what's the deal with the planetary alignment? It's just they're lined up. But how can that affect us? Well, I feel like I need to explain that a bit. Excuse me. And I'm not an astrologist, so I just explain it the way I feel. So, all right. And of course, that third card we had there was the Four of Cups. All right. Now, I am specifically getting that healing energy coming through. So for those of you who, like, for example, for myself, for example, I do readings, specifically, interpret energies and what's going on. If you're like me, for example, don't be surprised if you tap someone on the shoulder and they go, hang on, my shoulder's feeling better, or something like that. That's just an example. I don't know whether it's going to actually happen to anyone, but I do feel as though there's some healing energy coming through. What I'm specifically feeling though is, now, for those of you watching this, you're probably a light worker, whether you realize it or not. I do feel as though there's a time where, sort of somewhere between the 20th to the beginning of next month, maybe actually on the day of the planetary alignment, there's going to be a time where, whether it's organized or not, a lot of us are just going to be getting into meditation. We're just going to be feeling as though we're going to need to get into it, meditation or prayer, and it's just going to be something collective, and it's really going to help channel the energy through the earth. Now, I'm talking about channeling that light energy through to help humanity, but it also helps Earth itself. So the planet itself is a living organism. It is a spiritual being. Whether you believe that or not, that's up to you. But that's what I'm feeling. And I've never really used those terms in a reading before. So, but yeah, I feel as though Earth will effectively be using us to just progress that little bit higher, to move to a bit of a higher vibration. That's part of what I need to explain. I didn't realize that. So part of the planetary alignment is moving into a higher vibration for each of the planets. Now, I don't know what that means as far as astrology goes, but that's what I'm getting. I just feel as though it's a little bit of an ascension pathway, which could be, Earth will be moving into a higher vibration. Now, I'm also feeling as though there's, we probably wouldn't call this a specific prediction, but I do feel as though, and I do agree with some psychics out there, there's one that's been predicting a large earthquake. Craig Hamilton Parker, I watch him a lot. He's good. If you search for his channel, Coffee with Craig, he's good. I would agree with that. So, but that's not a prediction of mine. He's predicted it. I'm just feeling as though he might be right with that. So I do though in general feel there's a bit of upheaval coming up. I don't know if I necessarily like that word, but there's coming into this year might not be the best of years from a third dimension. Okay, so although I don't really like giving readings like this, but we may actually see an increase of wars. We may see an increase of natural disasters. I felt like there's something to do with Sydney and bushfires. I really, really hope I'm wrong. I hope I eat my words with that one. I really do. But I felt that from last year. So this month, coming into February, it doesn't feel like a good time as far as natural disasters go, especially for Australia. Doesn't feel good. like I said, I hope I'm wrong. But that's what I was getting. Specifically, I felt with Sydney, there's like just look out for bushfires. That's what I'm just feeling. Just anyway, hope I'm wrong. Like I said. But yeah, I do feel as though a lot of this is more of a cleansing kind of thing with that change in vibration. The third dimension is going to have to react somehow. It really is, and that's why I feel as though there's more of these upheavals coming along, for lack of a better word. More natural disasters, and unfortunately more man-made disasters as well. So yeah, something I don't normally like to provide in a reading, but hey, if I have to, I have to. It's just what I'm getting. All right, so let's see. I got my cosmic cards out for a reason, so yeah, that's these cards here. So Cosmic Oracle, or Cosmic Reading cards as they're called. We'll see what we get from one of those. All right. Okay, so let's see what I'm getting. All right, so yeah, just to plug myself there again. Yeah, if you want a reading, feel free to feel free to message me. I've started back as of yesterday, so yeah, back from having a good old rest. So it's a bit rusty, but I'll be right. Okay, let's see what I get with these cards. I like when a card flies out, but oh yeah, card did fly out. Oh well, what do you know? Okay, so emotions was coming out. Okay, now drawn to the 12 there. So in numerology, that goes to a 3, and given my phone's currently recording this, I can't look it up. So I don't know exactly what the 3 means, but something to do numerologically with 3. Okay. All right, so the first thing I was getting with that one is with emotions, they're the signal that we send out to the universe. They're the emotions we send out to spirit. All right, getting a bit. So this all ties in with what's happening this month. So I feel as though moving into a high, or getting ourselves into a higher vibration, especially with the meditation and being in the present moment, helps with the emotional side of things, which helps us to control the signal that we're sending out to the universe, which in turn controls what reality we're in. All right, so now I do talk about portals opening up and things like that, and yes, I do feel like as though there's one coming up with the planetary alignment, but it happens all the time. We can shift realities, and it's something we're beginning to realize. Okay, our emotions signal what reality we go into. Okay. But the most important thing I'm feeling behind that is this is more of a barometer for what vibration we're on. And that's the thing, especially for those of you who know, or at least watch a fair bit to do with law of attraction, or those of you who've read a lot of it or experienced it. They do tend to talk about emotions a fair bit, and sort of feeling joyful and things like that. That's only part of the story. That's why, there's a certain movie I'm not exactly a big fan of anymore. The reason for that is they only go part way into it. They don't tell the whole thing. They just speak about, oh, you need to be feeling this. Well, not really. You need to be vibrating on a particular level. So if you're looking to manifest something, I wouldn't necessarily say, feel the feelings of having it, I would say get yourself into the present moment and start meditating. Get yourself into a high vibration, and then you'll naturally start feeling those emotions. And that's one of the big lessons that I feel is coming through now. And the law of attraction is, attracting what you want in your life is a great thing, and you can do that. But I do feel as though a lot of us are going to be using this to bring through those energies as well. So, and a lot of us are going to be realizing that higher mission as well. All right. So that's my energy reading for January. This is probably the longest video that I've done. So it's going to take me a little while to upload this one. Look, I hope you all have a fantastic day. And look, if you do want a reading, please feel free to send me a message on my Facebook page. You can always send me a message through there. I think I've even got my my phone number up there, so yeah, feel free to send me a text or whatever. And yeah, more than happy to do a reading. Also, what else was there as well? Okay, so I'll obviously be jumping in early February, or may even be late January, to do an energy reading for February. And now that I'm back on deck again, I also plan on bringing out some other videos, because I really want to start talking about the importance of being in the present moment, and there's some other topics that I want to discuss as well. All right, look, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Remember, keep yourselves in the present moment, start meditations or ramp them up, and just enjoy this ride. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, and have a fantastic day.